Even without Miss Module, the show must go on. Have you heard about the ukulele kid? What's the buzz about Area 51? All this and more. Your news starts now. Welcome to the fall edition of Panthers and the Prowl. Have you heard about our rising musician Josh? Victor, Vincent, and Caleb are on the prowl.
My name is Josh Hemingway, and you might know me as the ukulele kid.
This is Josh Hemingway. Every day when he walks inside school, he plays his ukulele and makes the people around him smile.
It's like, so my brothers just started playing string instruments like guitars, and then I can't really wrap my hand around a guitar that well, and it's heavy. So I just stick with the 4-string as I'm used to it, because I also play viola, and it's just easy to use and light.
What's the best part about playing ukulele?
I don't really know. It's just like trying to figure out the chord that's in it, and figuring out new chords is my #1 top priority. I started playing piano at like 7 years old, and then I learned the viola when I entered middle school, and then I know other stuff from like just by myself, like the ocarina, the recorder. I know at least 10 instruments, and there's also drums, a little bit of guitar, and an EDM. Tried to run, and then on the night with the setting sun, she went in the woods away, so afraid, all alone. They warned her, don't go there, there's creatures who are hiding in the dark. Then something came creeping, it told her, don't you let me just go everywhere I go, top of the mountain, the valley, you have me.
This is Vincent, Victor, and Caleb reporting on the prowl.
2 Panthers on the Prowl volleyball players are here to wrap up the season. Let's listen.
2019 volleyball season. We interviewed the coaches. This season was a good year. We won multiple times.
It was my first year coaching, and so it was kind of cool to see what I was coaching and see how it impacted the girls. So we had a pretty good year. All teams games were good. I think next year, all of our 7th graders that played this year going into 8th will know a lot more skills and come into it a lot better and well prepared.
The season went pretty well. They've learned a lot. We progressed throughout the season, working on different skill sets, and we had a few victories along the way.
This is Annie and Savannah reporting for Panthers on the Prowl.
We have some Area 51 enthusiasts. Let's check them out.
Area 51 is a military base in the desert in Nevada. Lately, Area 51 has been so popular because people speculate that they are hiding aliens and advanced technology. On September 20th, a group of hundreds of people camped outside the base, hanging out there. The event was called the Area 51 Raid.
The raid could have gone better. We didn't really find out anything, even if there is anything to find out.
I think it was pretty anticlimactic, and that more people should have went in than what they did.
I really thought people were just going to go crazy on it, just break down the doors and just like run in.
I thought people were actually going to try to raid it and go in there and see what they would find.
It was a good idea just to find out what the government is hiding from us.
I think it would have been good for the citizens to know what was in there.
This is Dylan, Ricardo, and Alex reporting for Panthers on the Prowl.
Our fall musical shows perseverance pays off. Kaylin and Madison have the story.
Did you miss the fall musical? Did you know that students had to step it up even though Miss Module got sick? We went to see how Mr. Gill and the actors overcame adversity to put on the musical.
This was pretty outside my comfort zone since I had to step it up for our loss of Miss Modrell when she got sick. And overall, I thought it went well. We were able to still do all the technical elements that usually Miss Modrell takes on. And so overall, I was pretty happy with how it went. But basically, we were there every day working on lines and music and creating costumes and set pieces, along with there were people involved in the show that helped build the set during their stagecraft time, which was happening during school. So a lot of hours got put into creating the show, not to mention all of the practicing that students did outside of rehearsal, practicing their lines, practicing their songs, working through things that they'd been practicing in rehearsal. So overall, it wound up taking us about a month and a half, meeting every day to get it done. Talking about when Miss Modrell got sick and we needed to adjust to just having one director. Typically, I was directing, when we would put on the show, I was directing the sound booth people that were playing the music and organizing the microphones in the sound booth, and Miss Modrell was directing the lights and the scenery changes backstage. And so when I had to transition backstage to help with the lights, that left our two sound technicians all alone by themselves up front without an adult director there. And they did great. They did all their cues, they hit their timing at the right time, they had good balance of sound. And on top of that, I'm not very familiar with light cues because that's not my part. And so the backstage people that did have to do those light cues did a great job adjusting when I needed to take over that role. They already had a pretty clear idea of how it was supposed to go, so it really helped it run very smoothly.
This is Kaylin and Madison reporting for Panthers on the Prowl.
Now let's take a look at football's successful season.
Amazing coaching staff that just recently actually beat the Sun in a staring contest. Let's give it up for Coach Schuss, Godfrey, Pitts, Martin, and the football team.
The Nowlin football team had a good season, with the A team going 1-4-1, the B team going 2-4. We interviewed Mr. Martin and Mr. Pitts to see what their thoughts on the season were and how the players performed.
This year we had a lot of non-focused players. We want to come out and make sure everyone knows what they want and they are supposed to do on the field to make sure that they can do their job as we play the games.
We should have at least 10 to 15 guys. Each year it seems like some 8th graders come out that hadn't played before, but as long as we have guys that keep coming out as 7th graders and show up as 8th graders, we should be getting better and better each year. I think all my proudest plays came from our B team guys. They would always come out. They always seemed a little nervous at first, but they didn't fail every single time. They tried their hardest, and there would always be a big play, maybe like a big catch. We had a couple interceptions on the B team as well, so they were always a lot of fun to watch.
This is Tayaha
And Diego
reporting for Panthers on the Prowl.
Anna and Destiny explore the use of cell phones.
Hey, do you think cell phones are good or bad? We asked these two students their opinions.
What are some disadvantages of phone use?
Your phone can die. People can log into your account and hack your accounts. They could spread private things.
Do you think your phone can cause damage?
Yeah.
Why?
Because people can get your information and there can be bullying.
Yes, because like if someone's bullying you, my parents, they check up on me whenever I'm at another friend's house or I'm not at home, and they want to see if I'm doing okay, and I'm fine.
This is Destiny and Anna with Panthers on the Prowl.
We've had 2 great assemblies. Zach and Anthony have more.
To
to our school. This year's school assembly has been more energetic. We have had Van Horn High School come over to our school, and we have had way more spirit. So we went on to the Prowl to find out how the assemblies all came together.
I believe that assemblies are very important in making the school spirit alive in our school. So I think that bringing in Van Horn and showing that what the future could be like for all of our students, I think that was very important, so they can see that there is a future besides just what's going on here in Nowlin. And I think it was a good way to get everybody energized and pumped up and have more school spirit. So get ready!
This is Helena, Zach, and Anthony reporting for Panthers on the Prowl.
Panthers on the Prowl is more than just a few broadcasts. Braden and Seth know this firsthand, so let's take a peek.
Panthers on the Prowl is our student new production, but before we film, edit, narrate, and put together those stories, we learned a variety of skills planning that can be used for fun, for broadcast, and in the future. We started with Photoshop by creating cartoons, self-portraits, then moved on to other uses of Photoshop, including animations. We also explored illustration, anime, CC, or music creation with GarageBand or Soundtrap, then how to take and edit video that can be used in our broadcast like you are watching now. This is Seth and Braden reporting from Panthers on the Prowl.
This is a wrap for Panthers on the Prowl. See you next time.